Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Diddly Squat Farm, here with me, CWATTYESO, in Farming Simulator 22, where it is, as promised, the 1st of October. It's the start of a new month here on the map. Which means I've got quite a bit of work to do. Because, ladies and gents, we have got other crops to harvest now. We've got some soybeans. We've got some sunflowers. We've got some soybeans. We've got some carrots. We've got some corn. Got some more carrots. And more carrots. And yeah, got a bit of a mixture going on. So, we need to go get, first of all, our harvester equipped. Just deliver some milk while I'm here. There's my harvester. Right. We need to get rid of this header for a start. And we're going to need to get to the store and get ourselves a corn and sunflower header. Okay. And then I'll also tell you about some of the other things I have been doing on this fine map. Whilst, after I'd finished doing all my seeding in September, and whilst I had a few days spare, you'll probably notice some of the changes actually when we go get the header. So yeah, we'll probably come back down this way. Make it life a lot easier. So we need to go to the store, need to get ourselves a suitable header for the combine, and then we can make a start on the sunflowers and corn and stuff all over the map. Then we need to go and get a header for the root crop harvester. Because we're going to need to be able to do the carrots. Looks like I'm going to need a sprayer as well this month because there's weeds everywhere. And obviously some of the oilseed radish is now at the point where it can be ploughed. So we might have a come back and have a bit of a look at that. Is that sorghum in that field? No, it's soybeans ready to harvest. Okay. Just looked different. Just looked a very weird texture for some reason. But yes, we have got things done. And like I say, we've got, as you can see, quite a big load of sunflowers. Now, one of the things I do need to have a look around for while I'm going around, travelling about, I can't remember if I've chopped down any trees or anything in the series so far. If there was any near fields that were like, oh, that's going to get in the way, I'm going to remove that. They may have returned. If I have chopped down any trees, the likelihood is they've probably come back. And there's a reason for that, again, which I'll get into in a little while. I need some fuel for this as well. Now, I think, header-wise, we're going to have to be a little bit cautious what we go for. Okay, right, that is a problem then, ladies and gents. I did wonder if on this field there was going to be a problem where for some reason the seeder did not seed correctly, and clearly it's a problem. I'm gonna have to take care of that when I come to do my ploughing, I think. Try and sort that out. Or my subsoiling, because we're not really going to be doing ploughing, are we? Now, I figure I probably want to go in here first. Oh, of course, you're going to be awkward because you've got poles. Because of the height of the harvester. Hopefully get a bit of that. It's obviously a bit dirty, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. It's just got a bit of lime on it and stuff. More so from travelling across fields that were not harvested to get to fields that were needing to be, and vice versa. Right, I need a suitable header. I also need some seed. I've still got a bag of seed here, so next time I refill my seeder, I need to bring it up here. Right, I need a header. For corns and sunflowers. 6 meters. It's the Lexian. Yes, we're really looking at one of those. So we're looking at about 6 meters, aren't we? There's a Capello. I'm probably going to go for that one. That's a big chunk of change. No header trailer required. Because it's folded. Good. It's an important reason to go for that header then. But yes, we'll go back to the field at the bottom of the map. Make a start down there. We'll probably put Mr. Lambo on carting duty for this. We'll put some beacons on. So yeah, it's a shame that the oilseed radish seeding has not gone to plan on that field. Might get the class to go over there with the cultivator then. Start subsoiling that. I feel it could be important to make a start. So yeah, we'll start on the small field down near the farm and work our way back up this way as best we can. Got to do corn that side, got to do sunflowers that side, We've got soybeans, which again will need a header change. And we're going to have to do it with the normal combine. We can't swath beans, unfortunately, as I learnt to my detriment in the last Let's Play series on Estancia Sao Carlos, when I was trying for how long to harvest soybeans and was causing no end of crop destruction, wondering why it wasn't cutting. And it turns out you can't swath soybeans. I just assumed it was all crops that you use that the regular header type on could be done with a swather, and it turns out no, it's not the case at all. But one good thing, since reloading, saving, exiting and reloading the game after the last video, my orchard, the one which had the dead looking trees, is now in full bloom. So a save and reload has fixed my orchard. That it was working, it just didn't look like it was working. The visuals, it basically fixed the visuals and the animations and stuff. So yeah, that's all good. And like I say, I have done a bit more on the map in off camera, as I promised you we would get to October, and here we are. I didn't want to waste more time, so I got my seeding done, the seeding that I wanted to do. And yeah, we're back in here. And I think the gate, I mentioned this before, I think the gate for this field is actually off this road. I don't turn towards the farm, do I? I stay on this road here. And I have to remember to unfold the harvester, otherwise it won't allow me to do any harvesting. Yeah. See, that gate's a little bit of a problem, really. This is really another field that's not really ideal for me. Probably not the greatest way to do this, but it gets us into the field, doesn't it? And then if I now start to do my turns, harvest around the outside, we harvest quite well. Yeah, I don't see me doing a lot of corn harvesting either after this. Again, it's not something we really do a lot of in the UK. And certainly where Jeremy is, they don't do a lot of corn harvesting. So we will probably scratch that off our to-do lists. I'm also wondering, why is that field? That's another interesting one. No, there's definitely something weird going on, isn't there? Because it's not seeded. It's not put seed. where I... There's something not right with that cultivation, conservative agriculture mod. There's something not right, working right with those direct seeders. Direct drill seeders, because it's not seeded where I painted the ground and painted grass, so it's actually like missed a bit. It's basically missed the edge of the field where I've altered the edge of the field to give myself a little bit more room with vehicles and stuff. Because I incorrectly thought that to get to this field I had to come through that one. That's why I painted that, basically put that extra like headland on that edge, because I thought, oh, I need to get into this field. I don't want to be driving on my crop, so let's bring the edge in away from the wall and the hedgerow, and I'll be able to get. And then I realised, no, actually I don't need to go into that field to get into this one. The entrance for this field is off the main road. But yeah, it's not seeded right, that hasn't. Second field. I need to go and chase that up. It seems weird. So where I've painted meadow grass, the seeder has not seeded. Okay. To check on that then. We need to check on that. But as we go around this field very quickly, are you noticing anything different about a couple of my other fields in this part of the world? Have you spotted anything yet, ladies and gents? Would you like a clue? It relates to Gerald. Okay? It relates to Gerald and what I was saying in the last video about him maybe getting a little bit too crazy with the stone walling and forgetting to put enough gates and entrances into fields. Someone needs to rein him in a bit. Well, ladies and gents, I have definitely reined in Gerald. We'll leave that there for a second. I'll just jump over here. I need to come down here with me. Need to get the sprayer next. The sprayer's the next big thing. And like I say, yeah. Okay. So, ladies and gents, I can now access my orchards via that field, and I can access that field via my orchard area. If you remember, there was a gate here, and there was a wall, ladies and gents, and there was a wall that ran up here as well, ladies and gents. Do you remember that? There was a wall that ran all the way up here to another little gated area. Another little gate up here. Yeah, there was a gate here, remember? Well, they've gone. I've removed them, ladies and gents. The gates and walls have gone, which makes accessing my fields a little bit better now. I won't, you know, obviously it's a little bit easier to get in there. Also, it's easier now for me because I can come up that path there from that gate in the bottom, and I can access this field, and I can get into these fields without having to drive through all the other ones. And if we actually go up here as well, okay, it's changed a little bit as well, in that there's a bit of an opening here as well. Okay, just make life a little bit easier. And then another big change is up here. Okay, because you will notice, okay, there is now no longer a wall running that way separating these two fields, and there's no longer the little bit of wall that we kind of ran here and then stopped and then started again down here and ran down here. Okay, so I've got rid of those bits of wall too, so all this is now a lot more open and easy access, which I think is a good thing. And then if I very quickly teleport across the map and go down to my, not mine, to the oil mill, you will remember one of the things I said was I wanted to put a road in as you come down the hill to save you having to drive all the way down this road to then come all the way back. You know, as you come past the little forestry area, there should be like another way into here. Oh, ladies and gents, I have put in a little entrance. The little hedge that was here, that starts a little bit further down here, this little hedge here, the hedge that I couldn't previously remove with the old chainsaw, I've now removed it. And yeah, life on the map is a little bit easier. Joys of being a PC player, eh? I guess you would say. The joys of being a PC player. Because we have access to Giant's Editor on the PC, we can edit maps and change maps. And edit mods and change mods to our own desires, our own ideas. So yeah, that's what I did. After my last video, I spent a little bit of time with Giant's Editor, just removing a few bits and pieces. So, corn harvest is about to be completed on this field. Don't really know what I'm going to use this field for. Beyond not a lot. It's going to want ploughing, because it's had corn on it. It's going to require me to do some extra finagling. Right, that's done. So that field's done. Down there. It will be field 14 and that next. Right. I can do that. I can sort this. Because I can take my combine up through the farm to get to that field. So yeah, I hope you like the changes. Let me know in the comment section down below if you like the little tweaks I've done in terms of opening up fences, opening up the field access a bit by removing some of the wall segments and that, you know. Or have I completely ruined the map and destroyed it because I've removed sections of Gerald's walls? I mean, I've still, I could have removed every wall, but I've still left the key bits to, like, to give it some definition. You know, I haven't completely removed all the walls, and gates, and fences, and hedges, and all that sort of stuff. I have not. I've tried to be somewhat respectful, but at the same time, you have got to make access for farm equipment a thing, you know. I know the do-gooders out there will go, oh, you've destroyed natural hedgerows and that's a habitat and environment for little creatures, and you've made all the birds homeless and stuff. Does this look like a face that cares about birds? You know, I'm concerned with making life better for me. You know, what's going to help me farm better? Me struggling to get into fields and around my farm, or removing some bird's little fucking hedge and making it have to find somewhere else to build a nest? And there's plenty of other bushes and hedges they can go and live in. Right, sunflowers are not ready to harvest, so we ignore them. Also, what I need to do is clear all my courseplay courses from my vehicle's memories, because there has been a courseplay update, ladies and gentlemen. And one of the big changes on the courseplay side of things has been some more fixes to the coding for the courses, so that it was a problem that I found on my 4X map playing, whereby on a 4X map with very large fields, if you have vehicles or a couple of vehicles with courses created and obviously in their memory for use on big fields, the game struggles when you're trying to load it from the menu to come into game and start playing. It took forever to load your saved game, and then the whole time you were playing, every time you went into the menu and the game did its little savey save, it would take forever to save your save, because it was doing all the it was saving all that course information, all those waypoints, all those lines that your vehicles are travelling on and stuff and everything, and it was absolutely taking up loads of space. Thankfully, having reported it to the Courseplay devs, they fixed that pretty quick. So the current GitHub version solves that problem and does increase the loading and saving issue. However, if you have created courses and saved courses before the version that I'm on now, the latest version, you really need to go and delete those courses. Delete them, get rid of them, because they're just not going to be as optimized as the courses made in the new version. So you have to just be mindful of that. So that's a big key takeaway from today, for people out there using the old Courseplay. And if you're wondering why you're finding loading games and saving games is taking forever, update Courseplay, and then delete all your courses that you've created with the new version of Courseplay and create them again. I don't know if it'll actually show me on here, but if I was to go in here and do, say there, open course generator, we want 5 headlands, say, start work on set shot, no, number of round corners 0, not going to have any rounded corners, headland overlap, we're going to do 20%, automatic, island bypasses, so that should be disabled. If you don't have islands on your course, that really should be, you should only ever activate that when you have got things on your field like islands or telegraph poles or things that you need to drive round. And that was one of the big things as well that was causing course bloat and stuff, and and issues with courses that the generator, course generator, was creating. Because that was always activated even though you didn't need it on a field, and for some reason then Courseplay would do weird things then when it was generating the course, creating loads of extra waypoints and stuff it didn't need, thus bloating your save file. And again, just taking longer to save and load. Every time you wanted to save and load, it was having to write that information again to the file. So I'm surprised that island bypassing isn't deactivated by default in this version of Courseplay. They should have done. They should have set that to deactivated by default. The only time you need to turn that on is if you do, like I say, if you're on a field that has something sat on it. Like if you do have an island in the middle of your field, or you have telegraph poles, or pylons, or something ridiculous, a windmill, or whatever, you know, in the middle of your field, a pivot, you know, for the American people, I don't know. Here in the UK, it's mainly going to be telegraph poles and pylons that you'll find randomly stuck out in the middle of fields. And to be honest, I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of that. In the modern age of, you know, mobile communications, we could lose telegraph poles. Who's using wires? Who's using wires these days to call people? We're a wireless technology society. Come on. Let's lose all the telegraph poles and pylons, please. So yeah, this field's split in half, basically, with that road running through the middle of it. Ladies and gents, we have completed one headland of the field. Right, I'm going to go back round the other way now. The reason for that is I'm going to get full in a second and I'm going to need that trailer. I'm going to need that trailer to come and empty me. So we're going to need the Lambo. But yeah, another month of harvest. In fact, we're going to be harvesting in November as well. Because obviously some of the fields that I thought were going to be ready this month are not ready. Which is obviously going to be a bit of an issue. So we better hope for good weather in November. I'm not sure how that then messes me up for like doing any kind of like oilseed radish and that. I don't know if I can plant oilseed radish in... No, October's the last month I can plant oilseed radish. So that is going to be a problem for me then. Those fields are going to have to be left. Well, they're going to have to be fertilised with, I guess, the November fields. They're the ones I'm going to have to manure spread and slurry spread then. Prior to ploughing or whatever. Challenges are still coming. Once it's done, we'll hopefully have got the farm set up for a much better second year. Slowly getting full. %. Right. Lambo. Figured this is probably going to be better than the Massey because it's got a bit more oomph. When the trailer gets full, the Lambo will cope better with the weight and hopefully not lose too much speed on the roads. Also, the Lamborghini is definitely faster on the road than the Massey. This can do 65 kilometers per hour. And as we all know from Jeremy's life, speed is the ultimate. You need two things to do any job properly: speed and power. So this has got both speed and power, so this wins. The Lamborghini wins. But yeah, I need to get the weeder I need to get a sprayer. So we'll have to look at that. Down the road. Now, do I want to sell the core? Is the question. It won't tell me on there, will it? It'll tell me here. Corn is currently farm restaurant, 520 quid. Right then. I guess what we're going to be doing... What field is this? Field 16. Right, we're going to put you into harvesting mode. No. Yeah. It can get out that way, can't it? No, it wants to be field 16B at the minute. And this wants to be pull that up, field. Is he going to try and get out of a field where there's a gate? I'm hoping he's not going to go where there's a gate. Tough to tell. We maybe ought to open the gates. Just in case. What's he ever stuck over here for? Just check on him, keep an eye on him. Pretty sure there's no gate on this field, is there? Oh yes there is. No there isn't. Just that one and that other bit. Like, seriously, how many flipping gates do we need? Oh. Well, the good news is, at least now, I know No, he's missed the farm restaurant. He's probably not full enough. That's his problem. He probably doesn't have quite enough material inside his trailer that he actually wants to go off and empty. So I can actually turn that off. I don't need to see the lines now. Right. If I pipe out and summon him, or her, whoever it may be, here he comes. He's not terribly worried about my crops. Is he coming? He's coming. Slowly and surely. So it gives me more of a chance to fill up. I can see him in the work camera. Here he comes. Now he's full enough to go off and empty. Like I say, doesn't have to go terribly far, does he? I'd actually be able to watch him go down there and deliver. Zoom out far enough. you'll see him. He's doing a reversing manoeuvre. He is down there. That's impressive. So at least that's one handy little thing. I haven't got to worry about driving about now, because the minions can take care of that aspect. I didn't see whether I got paid or not. Did I get paid for the corn? Let's have a look. Harvest income. $13,999. Yes, I did. Very good. Very, very good. Right then, ladies and gents, I will carry on, get this field finished. When we come back in the next episode, I'll probably switch over to doing the carrot harvesting. So we'll get the root crop harvester, go get the header for that, and we'll start on that. We'll then switch back after that to doing sunflowers and soybeans. With this, we'll also get the cultivator out and start tackling some of those fields. And whilst I remember, I need to go and report what I've learnt today then to the conservative agriculture mod guy, that it might be something to do with painted grass on a field that's not working quite right. So, ladies and gents, I thank you for watching the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you're enjoying the series so far. I will see you again in the next video very soon. But for now, from me, take care of yourselves, ladies and gents. Stay safe. Goodbye.